LeBron's probably never won another championship. you go double.
Yeah, I would double it down on that one. Never winning another championship.
Probably not.
Yeah, like right. I know this liquor store didn't look the best, but like this, why does this beer can't have this on there? Like what?
That's just the stuff you can see.
Exactly.
There's this guy who hit the scene in 1984. Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Well. Welcome back to another episode of The Kick with your boy Seth and your other boy,
your boy Fred.
And yeah, I mean, today we came in 5 seconds before we started recording, and the topic was thrown. And as you can see, the shoes are out again. So it's part 2 of the LeBron, Michael Jordan debate.
Why are you trying to act like? Why are you trying to act like you were totally unprepared? Like this is not, something's unfair. You weren't ready.
You know, like most Michael Jordan fans.
All right.
On this side, you, it's never expected when they're just gonna throw something at you. So you know we have to be ready. But we're gonna see how I do today.
So you're saying LeBron fans tend to be unprepared? Is that what I should take from that?
I'm saying I tend to be unprepared.
Oh man!
But don't worry, today we're prepared. Got my blue hat on deck, and yeah, I mean, today's gonna be your day to talk about your legend, Mr. Number One Shoe Seller.
Oh, don't try to undercut my arguments. Try to take the wind out of my sails.
Mr. Most Ring.
Look,
Mr. I played baseball too.
LeBron never played baseball. Matter of fact, do you get the significance of the hat?
The hat? No, I don't.
What do you think it stands for?
I don't know. I mean, there's a couple things I'm thinking of, but yeah, I mean, they're matching your J's over here on the side. So
oh yeah, the breads.
You're matching the breads a little bit. Nah, hit me up with it. Is that the team that he went to go play for?
This is Birmingham Barons hat.
Oh,
which is that's the minor league team he went to.
There it is. Well.
Yeah. I mean, just think about that. Just the significance of a minor league team having a hat that someone would want to wear.
Because of Jordan?
Is there any other reason?
I mean, J. Cole went to go play basketball, but you don't see me with the J. Cole jersey, you know what I'm saying? Actually, are there any J. Cole jerseys?
There might be.
It has to be.
You could probably find it.
I've never seen anyone wear them or post about them or talk about them. So,
right, for good reason.
All right.
Yeah, man.
We're here.
Yes, we are. So where do we leave off? You gave the case for LeBron.
I gave more of a bashing to Jordan than I did to LeBron. You know what I mean? I wasn't prepared. You know, Chat GPT might have had my back a little bit getting into these sports, but you know what? I'm still, and I was back then. As I was back then, I still am now convinced. So yeah, and we left off on that kind of wave.
What's your, just off the dome, like the strongest line of evidence supporting LeBron's case? Just a simple.
See what this, look at this. The Jordan tactic. All right. You know what?
I'm just trying to give you an opportunity.
Just to reach my hand out so you can.
Set the table. No, just to set the table. That's all right.
Make it easier for you.
I already got my talking points.
The most convincing piece of evidence.
Or if you were just to summarize your LeBron argument, however you want to.
I mean, I don't know, man. Everybody says he's an elite scorer. So I'm just, you know what? I'm just gonna go off the most easiest one, the most recent one, all-time scorer.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go off of that. All-time scorer, make it a little bit easy. You know?
Yeah. Number one scorer.
Yeah.
More points than anybody in NBA history.
Yeah, exactly.
50,000 points.
Longevity. We'll go with longevity argument.
Longevity. That's what I think the argument for LeBron boils down to.
Longevity?
It's all about longevity. It's like he's doing this at such a high level at 40 years old.
I guess so.
Nobody's ever done this before.
Yeah.
Good argument.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. All right, let me take you through a couple of angles of my GOAT argument.
Yeah.
And why. Actually, before I go there, I'll give LeBron his flowers. LeBron, yeah, well deserved. What?
All right, yeah. Let's give Mr. LeBron his flowers, yo.
Yeah, the king. give him his flowers. Like LeBron, he's in year 22. Let's start from the beginning. He was a high schooler with his games on national television. They were like, "This is gonna be the next dude." And understand, like, I watched Jordan's career. And after Jordan retired, everyone was like, "Who's the next Jordan? Who's gonna be the next
great
player?" Right? And so many of them failed to measure up. Even Kobe, who would have been the closest, especially because of the way that he played, he was second fiddle to Shaq. They had their beefs. Like, everyone recognized Kobe as being like a copy of Jordan, and he was a very close copy, but no one ever would have said that Kobe measured up to Jordan's greatness.
Yeah, he surpassed it, right?
And at the time that LeBron came into the league and he was getting all that attention, Kobe and Shaq were beefing, and then shortly after that, they split up. And then Kobe had some legal issues that really tarnished his legacy.
That's right.
Especially in that time period, nobody wanted to talk about.
Yeah, how that never gets talked about.
Yeah. So all the players, Grant Hill, Jerry Stackhouse, Harold Miner, all these players that everyone was kind of looking at as like, is going to be the next Jordan, is the next guy to take over the league.
Yeah.
They never got there because they weren't good enough.
Yeah.
But then LeBron is getting all this attention from high school, literally from high school.
The first time that's happened?
That I know of. Like, there's been other high school players that had that kind of heat on them, but but not like him. Like, ESPN is carrying St. Vincent St. Mary's games because of LeBron.
Crazy.
Nuts. And not only has he lived up to the hype, he's exceeded it. He's never been in any legal trouble.
True.
He's never had any big issues with the league.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's gonna have beef here and there with their teammates, but he's never been in any like big public rifts with his teammates where like, I never want to play with that dude again. Like Shaq and Kobe did, right? And other greats have had that. So, you know, like, especially now in the era of social media and YouTube and a hyper focus on people's personal lives.
That's true.
That was there a little bit in the past, but in a different way. And the media was a lot tougher in the past because they weren't all cozied up to players the way that they are now.
Yeah.
But like he's never shrunk from any of the pressure. Like, LeBron deserves all the credit that he gets. And then he started winning championships, and he has 4 MVPs, and he's won a championship with 3 different teams. And he went to the finals 8 years in a row. And like, there was a stretch of his career where he was actually making his teammates better.
Yeah.
And maybe that didn't show up in their personal stats, but it showed up in the way that they performed in big moments.
Yeah.
He would set them up to succeed. They hit big shots to win games, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, LeBron is all the credit that he gets for being such a great player. He deserves it.
Yeah.
I'm never going to hate on him for leaving Cleveland, because Cleveland was not doing what they should have done.
Of course not.
Yeah,
they were lagging on it.
They were.
Yeah. He was gonna wait for them to lag.
And the way that people talk about NBA players' careers, especially great players, is it starts and ends with, did you ever win a championship?
Yep.
If you didn't win a championship, then you don't get talked about.
Nah, exactly.
Bottom line.
Yep.
If you do get talked about, you get made fun of for not winning a championship. Karl Malone.
Butler.
Karl Malone is third on the all-time scoring list. No chips. That's all anybody talks about. Charles Barkley is on there with Shaq and Kenny the Jet Smith on TNT, and they make fun of him for never winning a championship.
No chips on him.
Yeah. And, like, Charles Barkley was a great player, bro.
Yeah.
Do you remember Barkley?
I mean, I've seen Barkley clips. Yeah. Because of that fact. Like, what they're talking about, I'm like, nah, what's up with this dude?
Barkley was good.
He was dominant. Yeah, he was like, I mean, I would put him up there with Shaq, you know, for like a dominant big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was up there for sure.
But Shaq is 7-9 inches taller.
Yep.
You know? Like, yeah. But so LeBron left because he probably wasn't going to win a championship in Cleveland.
Yeah.
If he didn't leave.
Yeah.
And then he came back without that pressure. Without the pressure of, am I ever going to win a championship? And was like, no, I'm going to go back to Cleveland. And now the Cavs, who've never won a championship, are going to get one.
Yeah, exactly.
And did it by knocking off a 73-win Warriors team. Yeah.
Wild.
Came back from down 3-1. Nobody's ever done that in the finals.
Wild.
Game 7 on the road. Yeah. And then went to the Lakers. And I'm not going to hate on them for winning in the bubble either. Because everybody had to go to the bubble.
Yep.
So it's not, I'm actually a LeBron fan. Why can't I be a LeBron fan?
Hold on. That's how you can't. I'm just shocked to hear that. You know,
really?
You want the?
Nah, I don't need to wear the crown.
You're a LeBron fan.
Always have been. Always have been.
How are you a Kobe hater and a LeBron fan?
Kobe played for the Lakers.
Oh, so you're a Laker hater?
Yeah.
But a LeBron fan?
Yeah. Especially a Laker fan hater. They deserve it. They've earned it. Okay. So LeBron's status, give him his flowers.
There you go, LeBron. You got your flowers.
Yeah.
And now it's time to rip you.
There's this guy who hit the scene in 1984. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Unlike LeBron, Jordan played college basketball.
Okay.
Won a championship as a freshman. Hit the game-winning shot, by the way. 18. As a freshman. Won a championship. Stayed for 2 more years. Sophomore year, balling. Junior year, won Player of the Year. And then went to the NBA.
All right.
So he spent his 3 young years playing college basketball. 30 minutes a game at a high level.
Yeah.
For a prestigious program, right? Unlike LeBron, who went straight to the NBA. So that's 3 years of NBA level scoring right there. I just want that to be on the record.
3 extra years of NBA scoring?
Right?
That's what you're going to give him?
I'm just saying, like, if Jordan had gone to the NBA
early,
straight from high school, the way that LeBron did, then Jordan's NBA point total would be higher than it is, right?
I mean, yeah, it's true.
Okay.
That is true.
Just a little side point. Jordan comes to the NBA, wins Rookie of the Year, got hurt in his second year, came back in his third year, and averaged 38 points a game in the 80s.
Yeah,
when you weren't relying on 3 points, on 3-pointers, right? Averaged well over 30 for the rest of the 80s. Finally got a good sidekick in Scottie Pippen. I think Scottie Pippen came in 87.
Oh, so he was doing that before Scottie Pippen?
The 38 points a game?
Yeah.
That was before Scottie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it feels like you're making a point.
Oh no, I'm just asking questions for later.
I mean, like let's get it on the record. Like, okay, hold on.
I'm just asking for later.
Scottie Pippen. I just want to make sure I know when Scottie Pippen came.
If LeBron was around a bunch of like nobodies either on the starting five, I mean, he might be scoring 40 a game.
Wait a minute. Who was on the Cavs when LeBron was in his first 3 or 4 years? Do you know any of them?
Nobody knows.
Right. Okay. So he had all the opportunity in the world to score 35, 40 points a game if he wanted.
Yeah.
Okay. So
stats.
Scottie came in, he had 87. He wasn't even a starter. Didn't start any games as a rookie. He averaged 7.9 points a game.
Scottie.
Poor Scottie. When Scottie like really hit it, maybe his third year, this is the year before they won a championship, he was 16 points a game. And what's that, 90? And Jordan, Jordan was still at 33.6. Come on, man. Oh, let me correct something. It wasn't 38.3. He averaged 37.1 points a game in his third year. Just a minor correction. Okay.
Yeah.
37 points a game.
1 point difference.
Yeah. So Jordan could score.
Yeah.
Right, and he did all this without relying on a 3-pointer.
Okay.
Then Phil Jackson is like, look, we need to make some changes. And you can't be the person who is shooting this frequently because you need to be able to rely on your teammates.
Yeah. Phil Jackson was there with them from the start, right?
No, not from the start.
Okay.
I think Phil got there in like 90.
So Scottie Pippen came in 87. Phil got there in 90. And at that point, he hadn't won anything.
No, he didn't win anything without Phil Jackson and Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
That
for sure. I'm just following the story right there. Legit. I'm just educating myself.
Okay. 89. 89. That's when Phil Jackson became the head coach. He was there for a couple years before they started winning the championship. All right.
Still no Dennis Rodman at this point.
No Dennis Rodman yet. Dennis Rodman didn't get there until 96, after Jordan's first retirement.
Who do you have then?
Horace Grant.
Oh, okay.
Your rebounding star.
Yeah. Mr. Horace Grant. So so as soon as he got there, he had Horace Grant, or
no?
So it was him, then Horace Grant, maybe, then Scottie Pippen, 87.
By the time
then Phil Jackson.
By the time they won in 91, 92, and 93. By then it was Jordan, Scottie,
and
Horace Grant, John Paxson. Who's the other big guy that they had? Oh, Bill Cartwright, B.J. Armstrong. Yeah. And then I said Horace Grant, and Phil Jackson was the head coach, right? So they won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
They won 3 in a row. Okay.
So Jordan got there in 84, right? Boom. Okay. Got there in 84. And then 90s is when he started locking in.
Yeah.
All right.
He won. It took him, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He didn't win a championship until his 7th season in the NBA.
Okay.
Do you have more to say about that?
No, I'm following the story. I'm stay with it all. I gotta let you get your stats off, your points off.
I just feels like
saving it for later. It's because I've heard people make the argument that people build a team around LeBron, or that people build, or that he builds his own team. He pulls these super players into, so that's the only way he can win. You know what I mean? I'm just making sure. Okay, 7 seasons, 6 seasons, or whatever. Michael Jordan's not doing anything really. Yeah. And then as the team progresses, like all teams naturally do, right? When you have a star, and they naturally progress to get more weapons. And then he starts winning. Okay, I just want to make sure, that the same formula is being used, right?
So if the idea is that Jordan didn't need to have good players around him to win a championship,
I don't agree with that idea. So
then that's wrong.
Oh yeah,
because he did.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he did. Just like every other star player is needed.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, 100%.
So that knock against LeBron doesn't hold up. The difference is that LeBron went to a team that he didn't grow up with.
Post Cleveland.
Yeah.
I see.
Like, he left behind the team that he was doing all his growing up with and went to a team with 2 other established stars already. Well, they all joined forces there. And that's a little different.
Yeah. And people blame him for that.
Yeah, I mean, it was his choice.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like player freedom in that I disagree with. Like,
yeah.
He was a free agent.
Yeah.
And he put the Cavs on notice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if people really understand like what happened with LeBron early in his career. The Cavs were messing around and they're, losing in the playoffs every year. Actually, he got them to the finals. I think it was in his third year. They got swept by the Spurs. And then they never got back to the finals again. And it was just LeBron. It was just LeBron.
Dolo.
The East was pretty weak, but it was like him and a bunch of players that you wouldn't recognize.
Nah.
And I don't even remember who the head coach was. Was it Mike Brown? Yeah, Mike Brown, who used to be the head coach of the Lakers for like 2 seasons.
Oh, yeah.
That same Mike Brown, yeah, he was the head coach. And then he signed a short-term extension when he could have signed a long-term extension, and the Cavs should have known right then, like, we have a small window to get this going.
Yeah, exactly.
And they never did.
Like he's doing that for a reason, right? Like he's letting us know, hey, I want to win.
Yes.
Like it ain't about loyalty; it's just about winning. And
there's already been a measure of loyalty though.
Yeah, that's true.
He was there for 7 years.
Yeah.
And signed the first extension with them, and they didn't get it, and that's their fault.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for that at all. And he was a free agent; he had the right to go wherever he wanted to go.
Yeah, exactly.
And if he hadn't won, then that would have been hung over his head for the rest of his life.
Forever. He would not be the LeBron James we know.
So
for sure.
Yeah, I have no problem with him. I don't like that he did it on national TV.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the way he went about it.
Yeah, I don't like. That's not the best. And he probably, in hindsight, wouldn't have done that. But still, whatever.
Media.
Yeah, he was like 25 years old.
Yeah.
That's not that much younger than you.
Nah, that's crazy.
I'm like, he was a kid. Like, people that age do stupid stuff. And you're like, like,
yeah. Kids out here, man. I'm tired of these kids.
And anyway, so they start winning.
Yeah.
And they never stop. 3 years in a row.
That's crazy.
3 finals MVPs in a row. And they beat good teams to win those championships. They had to knock off the Pistons, finally. They had to beat the Lakers for the first one, Magic. Like they ended Showtime. That was, well, maybe HIV ended Showtime. But anyway, you never heard from the Lakers again until they had Shaq, Kobe, and Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
In the finals. So Jordan and the Bulls now are this unstoppable force. And then his dad gets killed. And he decides to retire.
That's what caused him to retire.
There are theories about what caused him to retire, but that's the order of events.
Hey, yo.
Dad got murdered. He retired.
They ever found out who did it, or?
I think they found somebody.
It was like a smash and grab, or like?
I don't know. All right, so look.
Conspiracy?
I wish we had the tinfoil hat. I might have to put it in and post.
Hey, a tinfoil hat idea that you're actually intrigued in is enough for me.
I don't believe it, but I've been hearing it for most of my adult life.
It's floating around, right? Yeah.
It's
like Tupac in Cuba, one of those things.
Hey, as a young person, I believe Tupac was still alive. I was 13 when Tupac died. You could tell me anything back then. But Jordan was a big gambler. And this is way back before gambling was really acceptable. Like, big gambler.
Yeah.
And so the idea was that he owed people money. And that's what happened to his dad.
Oh.
I don't think I believe it.
Wait, hold on. So he owed people money, and they were like, look, we got your pops, like, give us the money, or he was like, yo, pops, like, I'm big now. He's giving his dad money, and his dad went and gambled it. Which, like, his dad owed money, or he owed money?
No, that Jordan
owed money.
That Jordan was in with the wrong people because of gambling. And that led to his dad getting killed.
Yeah. I don't know. With a personality like his, I wouldn't put it past. I mean, Kobe was kind of like the same way. Wasn't he putting money on the game and stuff like that? Like, I'll make this.
Nah.
Bet me like 2 bands right now if I don't make this shot. He was like gambling players.
Not on real games.
Yeah.
Not on real, no.
It said that Kobe was like gambling like real games. Like, if I don't win this or boom, 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 I'll bet this next shot or like stuff like that. Like, he was confident in himself. You know, he had that. Like, bro, come on, I'll make the
confidence,
shot.
Yeah. I'm sure that they both had the confidence to do it, but it was very illegal and very against the rules. And they would have been cooked if they ever got caught doing something.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Unless they were the golden face of the NBA.
No, I mean, like, you got Pete Rose, baseball player, who is a Hall of Fame level player.
I heard about that.
They won't let in the Hall of Fame because he bet on his own team. He wasn't even a player. He was a manager.
I heard about that.
Yeah. I don't think they would have. Now, it's hard to see them banning Michael Jordan from the league during his height. Like, I'm going to get to why in a minute. Part of my case. But, I don't mean to perpetrate this. I'm just saying that there are ideas out there like
Yeah,
they have 2 people in custody for the murder of Michael Jordan's father.
That's crazy.
All right, so his dad died 1993.
Yeah, after the 3-year win streak.
They had just won 3 years in a row. His dad dies. He retires. Went to go play baseball because that was like the bond between
his first retirement.
Dad.
Okay.
Yeah, this is his first retirement. Comes back after missing a year, almost 2 seasons. He played the last 17 games in the 94-95 season. He came back and was immediately, after taking off almost 2 full seasons, immediately their top scorer. Immediately their best player. That's when he came back wearing the 45. And then switched the number back to 23.
Yeah.
That was the year that he dropped the 55 points in Madison Square Garden against the Knicks. Double nickel game. So he came back, and in 17 games, it's like Mike is back. After missing almost 2 full seasons. So that's the other part. Not only did he play 3 college years, he also missed almost 2 full seasons in his prime. He was 30 years old and walked away from the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Came back. They didn't do anything. They won 1 playoff round that first year. Then the next year, 95-96, they said, all right, what can we really do? These boys went 72-10. They started out 38-3.
Yeah.
And went 72-10, setting the record, the NBA record for most wins in a season, which would stand.
Warriors.
Yeah,
right?
Which would stand until the Warriors broke it a few years ago. Then they went into the playoffs and only lost 3 games in the entire playoffs.
That's wild.
Won the championship. Jordan won another MVP. This is now his 4th MVP.
And this is what, 96, 97?
This is 95-96.
Okay.
And not only did he average 30 points a game again, but frequently during that season, and especially in the playoffs, he was guarding the other team's best player. Scottie Pippen was always like the defensive guy on the team. Like, he would guard the other team's best player during that stretch. But Jordan did it a lot in 96. Which I should go back to 1988 when Michael Jordan won his first MVP. No, it wasn't his first MVP. Yeah, he won his first MVP. He also won Defensive Player of the Year. Something LeBron never did, by the way.
Oh, LeBron never had a Defensive Player of the Year?
No, LeBron never won Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, he had times when he was a really good defensive player, but he never won DPO.
Crazy.
All right. So
I'll fact check that.
Go ahead and fact check it. So now Jordan won his 4th MVP, 4th Finals MVP. Then they won the next year. Karl Malone got the MVP that year. And then Jordan's Bulls beat Karl Malone's Utah Jazz in the finals.
Yeah.
And then they beat him again the next year, and Jordan won his 5th MVP and Finals MVP, 6th Finals MVP. And the last shot that he ever took in the Bulls jersey was the game winner in Utah to end the finals. At the end of a season in which he averaged 28 points a game, almost 29 points a game, he played 38 minutes a game, almost 39.
Yeah.
Did not miss a game. He played all 82 games.
Yeah.
Okay. And at the end of the season, he was 35 years old. At the end of that season,
97.
he was 35 years old. This is at the end of 98.
Okay.
35 years old. I think that's the year that these came out, by the way.
Hey.
Now, I will fact check that.
Oui.
I think that's the year these came out. I'll fact check that.
Okay.
Then, NBA is in a labor dispute with the players. There's a lockout. The next season, the 98-99 season, doesn't start on time. It didn't start until January, I think, and they only played 50 games that year. That's the year that the Spurs finally won the championship with Tim Duncan, David Robinson, right?
Yeah.
And a week after they ended the lockout and the season was getting ready to start, Jordan retired for the second time. He's only 35 years old. He had just played all 82 games in the season. He had just won MVP, just won the finals again.
Yeah.
Averaged almost 29 points a game. And then he retires again at 35 years old.
What's the reason this time? No one knows? He just walked away?
He just walked away.
Hey, yo.
He just walked away.
Oh,
Okay.
I know why.
Why?
When did Kobe start?
Kobe started in 96.
Oh. Were the Lakers perhaps picking up some traction? When did the Lakers receive Phil Jackson? What year was that?
99-2000.
That's crazy.
The next season.
The next season.
Yeah.
So Phil was like, yo, I'm out of here. So
the Bulls broke up. Here's the thing. The Bulls broke up because the owner and the GM were, Jordan didn't like him. Pippen didn't like him. Phil Jackson didn't like him. So the Bulls broke up after that last year together. Phil Jackson left. He took a year off, and then he went to the Lakers the next year.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen left. I think he wound up getting traded to the Rockets, and then he got traded from the Rockets to the Trailblazers.
Wait. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a little lost.
Okay.
I thought he finished his whole career with the Wizards.
Who, Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're only at his second retirement.
He retired twice?
Yeah. Well, technically 3 times.
All right, my bad. All right.
Yeah.
That's great.
But this time he's 35 years old, bro.
Yeah.
So
this was the valid one. Yeah.
Okay. So
I mean, all of them were kind of valid, low key. Yeah.
All right. So the last time that Jordan won a championship, he was 35 years old. I just want to ask you this.
Yeah.
I want the camera to be on you when I ask you this question.
All right. Sounds like he was running away all the time, but you had to ask me this.
All right. I want the camera to be on you when I ask you this question.
Okay.
How old was LeBron the last time he won a championship?
How long ago was that? The bubble? 5 years ago? 35? Right?
Oh. The last time LeBron won a championship, he was the same age that Jordan was the last time he won a championship.
Yeah. 35 years old.
The difference is that Jordan played 82 games that season and didn't get a 2-month break due to COVID.
You're knocking the bubble now?
I'm not knocking the bubble. What I'm saying is all this credit that LeBron gets for being a winner at an advanced age is credit that Jordan should get also.
I feel you on that one. Okay.
So people don't look at Jordan as being a 35-year-old at the end of his career winning championships.
Yeah.
And the reason why, part of the reason why, the number one reason why is because y'all are too young. Okay. But the other reason is that Jordan came back 3 years later. So he left. The NBA had this big old labor dispute, and big part of that was now they instituted max contracts for players.
But you said that year they started late, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They started late, 50-game season. But part of the agreement was they completely redid the collective bargaining agreement.
So our normal season is 72 games?
82 games.
So he missed 32 games that season?
So 32 games cut from the NBA season.
What does that equal like in months, though?
So the regular NBA season is 6 months, so maybe 4 months.
So he missed 4 months.
Oh, Jordan didn't play that year.
Oh, okay.
Now he's retired.
Yeah.
So he missed all the games that season.
Okay, all right. He retired before that happened.
He retired before that happened, right? So they're having this big old labor dispute. You were in a union, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if your union is like, we don't like the terms of our contract, and owner and management is like, well, whatever,
everything is halted. Yeah, exactly.
And you show up to work and the building is locked, and they're like, we're not going to let you work until you agree to this new contract. That's basically what happens to the NBA players. So they had to work out a new contract, and one of the big things was we want max salaries for players that are already in the league, because Kevin Garnett, after 2 seasons, got this huge 7-year contract. And the owners were like, we're not making that kind of money.
Yeah.
The league is not profitable enough for us to be paying players like that.
Yeah.
So that's what really sparked the lockout in '99. So they came back. Now you have max salaries for NBA players, which Jordan was already making double what the new max salaries were.
That's wild.
Yeah. And
that's wild.
They made the rules a little bit more difficult to navigate for like trades, and like if you were to go over the salary cap and all that stuff, it just became a lot harder. But at that point, Jordan was probably like spent.
Yeah.
Emotionally, competitively.
Yeah.
And he retired.
Mentally, he's like, yeah,
maybe,
right,
yeah.
I'm out of here.
So he retired. Plus the Bulls were breaking up.
Yeah.
And he decided to retire a week after they settled the labor dispute.
Oh.
It's not like he went looking for a new team and nobody wanted him.
Yeah, exactly.
He was always going to retire.
Yeah.
So if he still wanted to play after playing all 82 games, winning the MVP, winning finals MVP, averaging 29 points a game, I think that he could have gotten on to another team and still have been competitive and have extended his career achievements. Whether he wins another championship or not, who knows?
Yeah.
But if he had said, hey, I'll go play for vet minimum. Hey, Phil, you going to the Lakers next year? How about we both take the year off? We'll go over there. We'll team up with Shaq and Kobe, and they won't be able to stop us.
You think Jordan would have went to the Lakers?
What if Phil talked him into it?
Yeah. I mean, Kobe wasn't, that recognized back then, right?
Kobe was barely starting.
So, technically they would allow it, like if you think about it in hindsight, it's like, how did they let that happen? But I don't know. I feel like that would have overshadowed Kobe a little bit, and we wouldn't know him as Kobe today, because
maybe not.
Who was he going to compete against or live up to, or however people like to call it, Kobe copping what LeBron did or what Jordan did. So it's like, we probably wouldn't have got the same Kobe.
Maybe not.
We definitely would not have got the same Shaq. The roles probably would have been reversed a little bit. I think he would have talked Shaq into working a little bit more, and I think Kobe would have had like a little bit less shine if that were to ever happen.
This would have changed.
That alternate universe.
It would have changed everything that you have witnessed about the NBA.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that Lakers dynasty is totally different. I think either Shaq and Kobe break up a lot sooner, or they stay together a lot longer.
Yeah. Or Jordan and Shaq at that point.
Maybe.
They might have just overshadowed Kobe.
But like now you have a handoff from Jordan to Kobe. But some of the things that happened early in Kobe's career, like I think that 99 year, the shortened year, is when Kobe shot those air balls in the playoffs. And he probably wouldn't even been taking those shots.
Yeah.
So whether that's, you look at that as a positive because it helped him grow, or as a negative because he wouldn't have gotten an opportunity, I don't know, like however you want to look at that, but it would have changed a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe Shaq is dominant for longer and there's less pressure on Kobe.
It's true.
There's a lot of stuff that could have changed. Dennis Rodman went to that team also.
Went to where?
The Lakers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He won a championship. I think he was there in 2001 championship.
He was Meta World Peace at that point, right?
Oh, that's Ron Artest.
Oh, okay. I'm mixing them up.
Yeah. Well, they were both crazy. That's why. But that was with the later Lakers. That was just the Kobe Lakers that won with Phil Jackson. But yeah, so Jordan, my point is that Jordan retired again at 35 while he was still at the top of the league. And then he left a void that nobody else could fill.
Yeah.
NBA ratings went down. Attendance went down. The quality of play went down. Now you got Allen Iverson, Kobe, Tracy McGrady, Steve Francis, like all these players that are trying. Vince Carter,
Shaq.
Shaq wasn't a guard, but yeah, Shaq was really popular also.
Yeah,
and probably was the best player in the league back then. But the NBA, the most popular players in the NBA are usually guards.
Yeah, Oh yeah, the Kobe's AIs. Yeah.
But that might be partly because of Jordan. Hey. Anyway. So now Jordan is on his second retirement. He's 35, 36, 37.
Couldn't give it up, huh?
At the age when LeBron is approaching Kareem's record, Jordan is running the Wizards. And then he comes back at 38 and plays for the Wizards again. After taking 3 years off, he has to get back into shape.
Yeah.
The league has kind of moved on a little bit, and he's missed this gradual changes that he would have been a part of.
Yeah.
You know, like how when LeBron came into the league, it wasn't his 3-point crazy.
Yeah.
And now it is.
Yeah.
But he's been there the whole time, so he's adapted with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine if LeBron took off for 3 years and then came back and was like, wait, what? We can launch these threes now?
Curry?
Yeah. So now Jordan gets dropped into this league that has changed without him, but he's still averaging 20 points a game at 38 and 39 years old. Scored 50 points in a game at 39 years old. 38 or 39. Did it a couple times. He could still play. And he wasn't the Jordan that we remembered, and a lot of people don't want to remember him with the Wizards, but if you look up his highlights, like the dude could still hoop.
Yeah, yeah.
After 3 years off. And they never won anything, and he got hurt a couple times, and it just, like, he probably should have never come back.
Yeah.
Especially not for them. But, like, he played the old man game in a league that still hadn't embraced three-pointers and was still pretty rigid and pretty conservative, centered around big men. And if Jordan hadn't played 3 years in college and hadn't taken off almost 2 years in his prime, and then hadn't left after winning an MVP and a championship for 3 years, I think that his scoring numbers would be pretty close to where LeBron's are.
That's 8 years right there.
Let's do the math.
8 years of extra time.
Let's do the math. And Jordan was playing 82 games a season or close to it. Unlike LeBron, who plays like 60, 70 games.
Well, where is he at right now on the all-time scoring list?
I think he's either third or fourth. Jordan? He's third or fourth. So Jordan averaged 30 points a game for his entire career.
Jordan is third or fourth all-time scorer.
You calling cap on that?
I'm calling cap on
You look that up while I do this math.
Let's just say cap on that one.
Let's say Jordan played another. I'm saying he missed almost 8 seasons.
That's 8 seasons, yeah, for sure. Oh, 100%. Okay. You said the 3 seasons he did in college, the 2 years he took off after Pops, and he went to go play baseball,
right?
And then the other 3 years after the great the great strike,
right?
Yeah.
And let's just say instead of 30 points a game, let's say he averaged 20 points a game, and let's say he plays 70 games a year. 70 times 8 seasons times 25 points a game. That's another 14,000 points, bro.
14,000 points.
That's another 14,000 points.
So that's what you're gonna give him right now.
I'm saying theoretically.
Give him 14,000.
Let's give him 10,000.
You give him 10. I would stick with 14 if you want to. I'll stick with the 10 because he's gonna need the help. Michael Jordan is 5th.
Okay. Who's ahead of him? Karl Malone.
Kobe Bean Bryant.
Kobe passed Jordan. Yes. Oh, you're right. He did. Okay.
Kobe Bean Bryant.
Yeah. Okay. Respect to Kobe. R.I.P.
The Timu version or whatever people like to call him, but he was.
Nah, not Timu version. Kobe was
Mamba
dope.
mentality.
Kobe was dope.
Passed him up. He's number 4. Right. Okay. Right now he has 32,292.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 32,292. You're giving him 14.
Let's give him 10. Let's be conservative and give him 10.
You gonna give him 10?
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's gonna need to help you. All right. That's 42,992.
292, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. 42,292.
Okay.
He's just barely over LeBron. Barely.
That's with 8 more seasons.
Still not enough.
Why not? Because LeBron's still going?
Because LeBron's still going.
Okay.
Because he's still
up and running. The point of this exercise is just to help people to put some respect on Jordan's name.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, and I can agree with that. Yeah, I definitely have some more respect for Mr. Mr. Retro Ones.
Because you can't just look at the all-time scoring list and be like, look, he scored 10,000 more points. You know, LeBron, when you add in the playoffs, LeBron 50,000 points. You know?
Exactly.
I get it.
I think he has his place, like Elgin Baylor had his place.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like Kobe Bean Bryant had his place. I think Jordan has his place, and he deserves his flowers too for bringing interest to the NBA. You know what I mean? Like for bringing views, for bringing fans of apparel. You know what I mean? For bringing, the NBA that you see on TV to your home, where you can wear it on your feet. I think a lot of that stuff doesn't get credit, but I think it's deserved. No, I know it's deserved. Mm-hmm. You know, he, especially after hearing it, yeah, he gets his flowers. You know what I mean?
All right.
Definitely. And some.
So just to kind of to make sure that people have the proper perspective on Jordan, who he was, why he was so important, what he did.
Yeah.
Especially if you didn't live through it. It's like oh wait, that's why he retired? Oh, he retired again? Like now you kind of get the picture a little bit better.
Yeah.
The dude was a menace on the court. Absolute menace. Like there was nothing that he couldn't do. Not only was he a scorer, he was a great defender. He was a good rebounder. He was a good passer. He was tenacious. He could close out games. He never missed games.
Yeah.
Like Jordan was an absolute menace. He did all this while trash talking the other team incessantly.
Yeah.
While chewing his gum nonstop. Now let's talk about impact off the court. Every kid in the 90s would imitate Jordan's basketball moves at the park in their backyard while their tongue was hanging out of their mouth because Jordan did it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about the shoes. Let's talk about the Gatorade commercials. Let's talk about Space Jam. Let's talk about why LeBron wears number 23 and why he wanted his own Space Jam movie. All because of Jordan. Looney Tunes. There are pictures of Daffy Duck and Porky Pig and Bugs Bunny wearing Jordans and Jordan jerseys.
It's true.
In the 90s because of Jordan.
Yep.
I want to be like Mike. At a time where like there's a big cultural divide in the United States.
Yeah.
Jordan was the only black athlete that white kids wanted to be like.
Yeah.
Maybe the last one.
I don't know about that.
Maybe the last one.
I don't know about
Maybe
that.
Steph.
People yell Kobe when they throw up shots in my generation. Kobe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Steph would be probably second to that.
Maybe not the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's outside of like the football realm now too that people are.
But definitely the only one in the 80s.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Talk about Nike. Nike had, like, we know Nike as the number one sports apparel, sneaker brand, right?
Just apparel brand in general now. Honestly.
You said earlier making people want to wear apparel. Like,
yeah,
I don't even think apparel was a big thing before Jordan.
No.
Now, at the same time that he was happening, hip hop was happening.
Yeah,
I won't give it all to Jordan, but
yeah,
Nike had 18% of the market before Jordan signed. Jordan almost signed with Adidas. So this is another moment in history where things might have been very different if Jordan had made a different decision.
Yeezys.
And now they're number one.
Would have been another Yeezy.
There would have been no Yeezys.
Would have been another Yeezy situation.
There would have been no Yeezys. Man.
Yeah, they probably would have bit and taken Kanye West for sure.
So, I mean, 30 years later. But 30? Yeah, 30. 25 years later, whatever. So, without Jordan, Nike probably wouldn't even be around anymore.
Nah.
Spin off to his own brand. Now the retro game. Like, come on. Like, just...
Why view that?
Just 20 years from now. Is anybody going to want those?
No, of course not. Of course not.
Okay.
I mean, maybe. Well, I don't know. We never know.
Well,
but I mean, in the foreseeable future, I don't think so.
Okay. And those are my shoes. I like them.
Yeah.
I got them to hoop in. They weren't comfortable, but I like them.
It ain't like that though.
But
it's iconic.
People had these posted like on their wall.
Yeah.
The breads, like, just made up a whole style of calling black and red shoes the breads.
Yeah.
TV. Before Jordan, the NBA Finals weren't even broadcast live. I'm gonna give some of the credit for that to Bird and Magic.
And Elgin Baylor.
Not Elgin Baylor. Not Elgin Baylor at all. You keep bringing up Elgin Baylor because he was a Laker.
I mean, he was Jordan before Jordan, but yeah.
But nobody
gives the credit to Mr. Elgin Baylor.
Have you ever heard anybody talk about remembering Elgin Baylor play?
No, probably like deep cuts on YouTube. That's about it.
Do you think you can get Elgin Baylor stuff on YouTube?
Oh, 1,000,000%.
There's probably nothing.
People talk about him being the OG. So it's Elgin Baylor, Jordan, Kobe. That's what the argument is.
Maybe Dr. J.
Dr. J,
Julius
Jordan,
Erving.
And then Kobe.
But that's like, Dr. J was dope.
Nah.
He was a high flyer, dunker at the afro. He was stylish.
Yeah.
He can catch the attention of the league and the world the way that Jordan did.
No. I say the only one, I mean, that obviously I never lived through any of that, but I would say maybe Wilt Chamberlain at the best with people wearing Chuck Taylors and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a small taste of what that was, but not to Jordan's level in the slightest. With the ones and not in the slightest.
Converse, Adidas, Puma, I think.
Yeah.
Those were like the three big brands.
Yeah, back then, right?
Before Nike.
Yeah.
And then Jordan, Nike never looked back.
Yeah.
Still hasn't. And some like hardcore hoopers,
still wear Pumas.
Well, Pumas they're doing a lot of sports stuff, but more Adidas. Like, a lot of people say Adidas makes the best basketball shoes now. But and you got 3 Stripe Life, and Adidas has crossover appeal and all that stuff, but it's not Nike.
No, yeah.
Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Jordan. So it's on the court and off the court. And then the imitation. Jordan or LeBron himself, Kobe, Vince Carter. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And then there's other stuff that he did.
Kyrie Irving for sure.
Kyrie
for sure.
I think Kyrie would say his favorite player was Kobe.
Oh yeah, most likely, probably. But that was Kobe's favorite player.
Kobe's favorite player. Kobe, actually, I think he might have said Magic Johnson.
That's wild.
But the player that he styled his game after was definitely Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the cultural impact has to be taken into account. And the reason why that's important is because Jordan changed the game and the league and the way that the league is covered. And without Jordan, ESPN would not have been at St. Vincent St. Mary's for LeBron's high school game. They wouldn't have been there.
Wow.
LeBron just would have showed up one day and, oh man, this guy's really good.
Yeah.
But
look at this guy.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been out there like, who's the next Jordan?
Yeah.
Without Jordan. And Jordan was never the next anybody else. It wasn't like, oh, Jordan's the next Elgin Baylor. Jordan's the next Dr. J. No. Like, he created that. Like, there has to be this guy who is the icon for the league.
Yeah.
Ever since Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Because he did it so well. And looking back, he only played at a peak level for 13 seasons. Really, so it was a span of 15 years from the time that he started till his second retirement with the Bulls. It was 15 years.
Yeah.
But he only played like 11 seasons because he missed one with injury, missed one because he was retired, and then almost all of the rest of the other one. So, 12 years. 5 MVP, 6 championships, 1 Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year. And now everybody wants to be him. Bro, Jordan's the GOAT, man. And the other thing is that there's nothing on the court that he couldn't do that LeBron can. LeBron plays a different style of game. His 3-point shooting numbers are better.
Yeah.
But he plays in an era where people shoot the 3-pointer.
That's true.
Jordan played in an era where if you take a bad shot, you get benched.
That's true.
Well, Jordan would never.
Yeah.
The style of play was just totally different.
Yeah.
And Jordan did that scoring without relying on the 3-point shot. But there's nothing that LeBron could do on the court that Jordan wasn't capable of.
Besides 3-point shooting, right?
Bro.
You think if he would have moved with the times, he would have cut it? He would have cut it up.
You're the YouTube lover, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so look up Bulls, Blazers, Game 1. Just watch the highlights. Just watch the highlights, and then tell me, and look up the record that Jordan set that day, and then tell me that Jordan couldn't shoot the 3.
Couldn't shoot threes?
Come on, bruh.
Today's threes.
What's the difference?
30-foot, 40-foot 3.
Way behind the arc?
Yeah.
Like, that's a Steph thing. That's not a LeBron thing.
That's a Steph thing. That's a LeBron thing. That's a Giannis thing. That's a league thing now.
LeBron will take those every once in a while and make them. That's fine, but that's not his thing. That's not his thing. Yeah, man. Like the numbers say LeBron is more efficient from 3, but not by much. And he played in a different era.
No.
Jordan's the GOAT. Jordan's the GOAT because of heights.
Moments.
Iconic moments.
Okay.
Because of more winning.
It's more time, though. You never know.
It's all right. It's and I don't I only bring up the winning at the end. Because that's not really what the basis of my argument is, but it is part of the argument. Like 6 championships in 15 seasons compared to 4 championships in 22 seasons.
True.
Like that, I think that matters.
That's true.
And especially when we're getting up here and we're debating like who's going to be 1 and who's going to be 2. Like I'm not putting LeBron down at 10.
I'm
not saying he doesn't belong in the conversation, but
and
something has to. Man, 8 in a row.
8 appearances in a row.
No shade for me for LeBron going to the finals all those times. Like he lost to better teams.
Yeah. So he
beat a better team. When they beat the Warriors were the better team.
You think that if MJ would have stayed in the league, it would have been a whole different regime?
When Jordan retired the first time, I was 10 years old. To me, he was like
top dog,
the greatest, the pinnacle, the height of anything you could expect from a professional athlete. He seemed unstoppable.
Yeah.
And then he retired and came back and just won 3 more.
Yeah.
Like 6 straight seasons that he played full seasons, they won the championship. Yeah. And he won finals MVP. He seemed like there was no touching him. So for me, if he had kept playing, the idea that he could have won 1 or 2 more, like that's easy for me to believe.
Yeah.
Especially because he was a free agent. He could have went wherever he wanted.
Yeah.
He could have went to that Portland team that almost knocked the Lakers off. Or he could have went to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Or the Spurs who won the next championship. Or like I said earlier, he could have went to the Lakers. Like he could have went wherever he wanted.
So when he came back, what made him decide to go to the Wizards then?
He was part owner. When he retired,
was part owner of the Wizards at that time.
When he retired, he bought a minority share in the Wizards. He became their president of basketball operations.
And then he came to play with them.
And he was like, man, we're not winning. I know.
If you ain't winning, if you want something done right, do it yourself.
Right. And that didn't quite work so well. Because by then he was almost 40 and hadn't played in 3 years.
Ain't no excuse. You know who also is 40?
Who?
LeBron.
But look at what LeBron has accomplished in the last 5 years. Whole lot of nothing.
I mean,
besides setting the scoring record, what else has LeBron actually done?
Besides setting this scoring record, becoming the oldest to play, playing with his son. Let's see. Doesn't he have an unlimited deal with Nike at this point?
He's got a great deal. I don't know what it is, but it's great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But not better than the Jordans, right? Or probably. But what new Jordans are releasing right now?
Does LeBron have his own brand? That, like, he was like, hey man, like,
oh yeah,
because you need your own logo.
OBJ's the crown actually is his logo. For some reason, I don't know why. Jumpman.
Find a swoosh on this.
That is pretty wild.
Now on the new liner, it has a swoosh in there, but the originals,
nah, no swoosh.
No swoosh. Swoosh is all over that thing.
They got swooshes on the ones.
Those are the ones. They came out in '84.
So his first pair of shoes
or '85.
The biggest swoosh.
I think that's the 18.
Man. That is true, yeah.
Yeah, like LeBron still needs the swoosh.
I don't know, man.
Nobody buying no LeBrons that don't have a swoosh on them, bruh. Because of the crown logo. And to be real, the crown logo is whack. It says a little bit of hate, but like, that it?
I mean, it's not the Jumpman logo, obviously. But I mean, I don't think anybody can touch the Jumpman logo. Yeah, that was it's kind of chopped. It's kind of chopped. Someone already came in there and did it already, you know. So it probably,
who
would have been Mr. Jordan himself. Okay. Probably would have been cool if he didn't come and take that spot.
He stole the idea 25 years ago. That's what it was.
That's why LeBron had to add his signature on the side of the shoe, just in case. The kid from Akron. Yeah. He's been accomplishing some things in these past 5 years.
Yeah, you open up another
when he wins
Boys
this
and
year,
Girls Club.
You know what I mean? When he brings another ring to the Lakers dynasty, that's another thing.
With Luka?
Signing with playing with Luka. Crazy, man. He's been doing some things. Yeah, maybe not momentous, fast-paced things, but yeah, he's been on that slow and steady ride the entire time.
He's been adding to his legacy, and he deserves credit for that.
Right?
Yeah.
Good man.
He hasn't been doing anything that Jordan couldn't have done at the same age. And who knows? Sure, maybe Jordan would have played that next year and blown out his Achilles and never been the same.
Maybe.
Who knows? But
the world will never know.
The world will never know. But his level of play when he walked away was just as good.
Yeah, he hung it up. I think LeBron wants to do the same. So,
how much longer do you think LeBron's gonna play?
I give him another 2 rings, maybe.
Wait, hold on. Another 2 what?
Another 2 rings. He's here to win. He wants rings.
Hey,
once he develops Luka, it's a wrap. Maybe that's why they got Luka. Maybe they know something that we obviously don't know, and that's why Luka's there. So, but we won't know who's next up.
This is easy to say.
LeBron's here now,
so I don't want to make it a big deal. LeBron's probably never winning another championship.
That's wild.
LeBron's probably never winning another championship. you go double.
Yeah. I'll double it down on that one. Never winning another championship?
Probably not.
What makes you think he's gonna stay not to win another championship? And if he wins the championship this year, then what?
Then I'm wrong.
When we tie the Celtics again for championship wins.
That's cool. Then I'm wrong. That's fine. Like that would be a major accomplishment. But the Lakers probably can't beat OKC.
Oh. Them boys don't know.
Them boys don't know. They about to boat race the Lakers, though.
So when it comes to deciding who the greatest of all time is, age and not being able to watch Michael Jordan's greatness is a factor. But when it comes to winning a championship in the league nowadays,
what do you mean?
Those young boys are going to give LeBron a run for his money. Come on now, man. My boy got the wisdom in the game.
How did that help?
Luka and a Reeves. We have a Reeves.
Yeah. They have a pretty good team.
And a good coach.
we'll see about that.
He's solid right now.
I think JJ Redick is a good coach, but we'll see how good he actually is.
What team did he play for again?
Clippers, 76ers.
My boy knows ball, man.
Who did he get drafted by? Anyway, I like JJ Redick as a player. I always thought that he was going to wind up playing with LeBron, but they never played together. No, like the past 3 years, the Lakers haven't been able to beat. Didn't they get put out by the Nuggets 3 years in a row?
Yeah.
So, like, wisdom and experience didn't quite help there, right?
He was trying his hardest, man. He was trying his hardest. Going up to bat, but there was no help to be found. But look, we got Luka now.
You got Luka.
There's help to be found. Can't do it all yourself.
Luka don't play no defense, though.
The first person to come into the league and do it all themselves, then, I guess that's going to be the next GOAT, because we're going to be talking about that person then and talk about how he didn't have any help. But every single person that's came in there and worn the shoes of the GOAT has had help.
Yeah, you got to have help.
Everybody has help. It's a team game. Except for what Kobe said, which we will not repeat on this podcast.
No.
But the team game, and that's just what it is. But the current GOAT is what I care about. The greatest of all time.
Yeah, it's Jordan.
I think Jordan has fair share, but I think he's the greatest of all time. He may have opened the way. So who would you? So in other sports, right? So what I'm hearing is,
oh man,
and I'm gonna.
Are you gonna make me do something that I don't want to do, especially on record?
I'm gonna transfer this over to other sports, right?
Okay.
And none of these sports do I ever watch or whatever have you. Okay. Well, let's transfer it over to what's another iconic? Let's transfer it over to boxing. Right? Boxing.
All right.
Right.
I wasn't expecting that.
Someone who is the greatest of all time at being a boxer, and someone who is a to use your own words, he's ferocious on the court, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
He's ferocious when he's out there competing. Who would you think that would be?
Tyson?
Everybody would say Tyson, right?
Absolutely.
But for someone who changed the face of it all, who put other people on the map who weren't on there before, who gave people catchphrases, who gave people moments, who inspired people, and people are out there moving their feet back and forth. Who would you say that is?
That's Ali.
Muhammad Ali,
who is known as the greatest.
But
I am the greatest.
You would say Tyson is the greatest, right? Some people would even probably put Floyd Mayweather somewhere in there in that conversation over. But so far as the undefeated, no knockouts, Mr. Tyson and his record, and from what I understand, he had to go through a lot. He like losing his daughter or going to jail or whatever have you, and still coming out and being crazy. And he missing time, but still coming out and not missing a beat, going right back into it. People would call Mr. Tyson the greatest of all time. But you also have this factor of who changed the game, who changed the face of it, who changed the culture of it, and who changed the generational standpoint of how the sport is viewed today. You would call boxing a sport, and that would have to be Mr. Muhammad Ali. Who would your GOAT be for baseball?
Hold on a second. I don't know. I'm not super big into boxing. I'll say two things. Number one, you have different conversations because you have different weight classes. So like Floyd Mayweather might be considered like the most successful boxer because he never lost.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody really considers him the greatest.
No.
And I don't, because greatest, usually those conversations are for heavyweight.
Yeah.
And I don't know that people really consider Tyson the greatest. Like he was the most dominant for a short period of time. He was the most feared. But I don't know that he would be considered the greatest. I think those conversations really, they start with Ali. Especially like you said, cultural impact and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, that falls into it.
Yeah.
There's a reason why. I guess there's a couple of reasons, but people. I think Tyson has his renowned great status, at least a little bit.
He's up there.
Yeah,
he's up there. I don't know, but I'm not super into boxing like that, so I won't. I'll step off. But did you say baseball?
Yeah. Who would be your GOAT for baseball?
I don't know. 20 years from now is going to be Ohtani.
Oh, 1,000,000%. Yeah.
But actually, like 10 years ago, we were saying the same thing about Mike Trout, and he fell off. Mike Trout was really good, but never won anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Baseball is so different, man. Like Ken Griffey was on that list, never won anything. Barry Bonds never won anything, and won a bunch of MVPs and a bunch of records, but he was using steroids, and his legacy is tarnished.
Got Babe Ruth.
Bro.
Jackie Robinson.
The reason why in NBA I wanted to start with 1980 is because, like, I don't know anything before that. But also the game was very different.
Yeah.
Like, players did not spend their life, like, working at this sport. They were plumbers and carpenters and, like, shoe repairmen.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they'd go play basketball, you know?
Yeah.
It was totally different than, you know, where we are now. And the same thing in baseball. Like Babe Ruth was a smoker and a drinker, and he was out of shape, and he was just so much more gifted and stronger and more talented than, you know, the window washers that he was playing against.
Yeah, over there killing it. Yeah.
You know, and he deserves credit for being the best among his peers and in his generation. But like Hank Aaron is better than Babe Ruth.
All right, let's bring it a little current then. What about NFL? Who would you say is the greatest of all time?
I don't want to do this.
At quarterback.
I don't want to do this.
Peyton Manning, Eli Manning.
I don't want to do this.
Joe Montana. Why not?
Because I'm a Colts fan.
Mr. Tom Brady, right? Would you say Tom Brady's the greatest?
Absolutely.
But before Tom Brady, who was it before Tom Brady?
I don't think anyone ever really gave Peyton Manning GOAT status.
You think people gave Joe Montana GOAT status?
It was Joe Montana.
Right.
And among quarterbacks, like Jerry Rice would have been a lot of people's answer.
Yeah.
His wide receiver.
Yeah.
But among quarterbacks, it would have been Joe Montana because, like, he won 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
I don't think he ever lost. I don't think he ever lost a Super Bowl.
Joe Montana?
Yeah.
I don't think so either. All I have to say is, I think there comes a time where, obviously, someone has to do it first. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Without certain people, the game wouldn't be recognized. You know, it'd be like water polo. Every time you just don't have anything else to watch, you'd probably pop it on, and that looks like a cool sport. So someone has to break that. Someone has to break that boundary, right? And there's many people that come along and they do it. Some people do it really, you know, better than others or whatever have you. But I mean, that's like their thing. Like they can lay claim to that. And I think that's where people don't bring this up enough when they talk about the greatest of all time. Is you have people who are the grandfather of baseball.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Like, you know, he made it cool. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the grandfather of football. All right, yeah, he made it cool.
Who's Joe Montana?
Yeah, I would say he would be the grandfather of football. There's probably other people who know somebody older than that. You know what I mean? I think right now our current grandfather of basketball will probably have to be Mr. Michael Jordan.
That's crazy.
To bring it in, to make it popular, and to have his
hold on a second
claim to fame.
How many people do you know that are wearing Babe Ruths?
He has his own chocolate bar. He's got his own chocolate bar. People are still eating Baby Ruth.
Who's eating this chocolate bar? Like that's
the guy from the Goosebumps or the
Goonies.
Goonies.
The Goonies is 40 years old, bro.
And people are still eating Babe Ruth nowadays. It ain't like it's off the shelf.
It's
like
actually called
Baby Ruth,
but yeah.
Baby Ruth. You know what I'm saying?
The difference is that Babe Ruth couldn't play in today's era.
Oh, you're saying Michael Jordan can play in today's era? Hold on now. I know you like the guy, but it's on you.
Absolutely. He would dominate.
We don't got enough hats in here for me to wear for that comment.
He would dominate. What couldn't he do in today's game? Oh, that's another thing I was going to say. Jordan came into the league in a time when the game was revolving around big men. All the rules revolved around big men. And Jordan, though the size of a guard, decided to develop the best post game in the NBA.
Yeah.
He became a big man guard and dominated from the post.
So you're saying that he could guard Dirk. He could guard Dirk right now.
Dirk?
Yeah. Jordan could guard Dirk.
Jordan could have guarded Dirk.
Let's break it down for the generation that we have. Jordan, I'm getting tongue twisted. Jordan could guard Dirk.
Yeah, he could have guarded Dirk.
At this point, he could guard Jordan wasn't seeing people who were as tall as Wembanyama and Giannis shooting 3-pointers.
In a couple years, we'll be talking about Wemby.
So, but I'm just asking.
Like the next guy, like nobody's gonna be able to guard Wemby. So,
for sure. But Jordan could guard Wembanyama.
Giannis, no one. That's what I'm saying. There's no one. In a couple years, we're gonna be saying no one can guard Wemby.
So Jordan could guard
Giannis is called the Greek Freak. Like you're talking about the upper 1% of the 1%, right? Like nobody can guard Giannis.
These are people who are LeBron James is currently guarding. If you're gonna say that Jordan can come in,
LeBron can't guard Giannis.
He can do a good job. So Jordan would do a better job at it?
He would do about the same as LeBron does.
Oh, no.
He do about the same as LeBron does. Like,
I don't even think he would get close, honestly.
Bro, which one of them won the Defensive Player of the Year award?
We gotta look that up too, because I mean, at least LeBron James has at least been nominated for some of those.
Yeah, he's probably come close.
You know what I mean? He has to have. He has some defensive all-time players.
Yeah, Dan Marino came close to a Super Bowl too.
Hey, Dirk is number 6, by the way, on the all-time scoring list.
Hey, look, I got it right here. So LeBron, second place in 2009, fourth place in 2010, ninth place in 2011. Fourth place, second place, sixth place, 13th, 11th, 5th. Those are all the votes he's gotten for Defensive Player of the Year.
How many does that total up to? How many votes?
Those are like this. What, like nine years in a row that he was
9 nominations for Defensive Player of all years.
He was top 13. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 years that he was top 5. Yeah, he never won one.
Not bad.
It's not bad. He never won one. Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At 35, he was 4th on Defensive Player of the Year.
We're talking about Jordan playing in our era.
Who couldn't he guard? See, this is the problem.
I don't think Jordan would have the temperament to play in our era, to be, the era of the flop, right?
Bro,
I don't think he would be able to guard. He guarding against the post, and you watch his highlights or whatever, and he perfected guarding big men at his stature. I don't think he's guarding Giannis or Wembanyama, big men that are throwing up 3-pointers like that. I don't think he's guarding Kyrie. I mean, he'd probably get a run for his money with Kyrie, but I mean, he would have to stay to those type of people. But he wouldn't be able. I don't think he would be able to guard a Dirk or guard a Wembanyama or guard a Giannis or guard a.
Whatever LeBron can do defensively, LeBron would give him a run for his money.
I think so.
Absolutely.
I think Kevin Durant would give him his run for his money.
Yeah, he would.
You know what I mean?
But LeBron can't guard in their primes when they were in the finals together. LeBron couldn't guard Durant.
Like, of course not. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like there's certain players nobody can guard, but everything that LeBron can do defensively, Jordan could do. Like LeBron is a little bit bigger. He's actually significantly bigger.
Yeah.
So maybe some of the bigger players he would do a little bit better of a job against. And LeBron deserves credit for, in his prime, being a good defensive player.
Yeah, exactly.
We all know about the chase down blocks. But you got to go back and watch Jordan play defense. And something else you said, the temperament of the league. If you go back and just watch like some of those old 90s games, some of them are on YouTube. Like Bulls versus Magic or Bulls versus like Knicks, Celtics, Heat. You go back and watch some of those games, you'll notice none of the players complained to the refs. Like it was so rare.
Oh yeah, I mean they had anything to complain about.
But the game was much more physical.
Rules were different back then too.
Rules were different. Fouls were different. They never complained to the refs.
Yeah.
So like the temperament, Jordan would just hand the ball to the ref, while LeBron is whining and complaining,
and that's it,
bro. There are a few players from that era that could play in today's game.
Jordan's guarding Steph Curry. That's all I want to know. You think Jordan,
as well as LeBron could?
That's crazy.
Probably better.
Oh man.
Hey man, Defensive Player of the Year, 1988. Look it up. So yeah, so Jordan's the GOAT.
All right, yeah.
Jordan's the GOAT, man. Jordan's the GOAT on the court, off the court.
Pretty strong argument there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Peaks.
I'm gonna give a lot of those points to you.
Okay.
You have me a couple more points swayed into the direction of Mr. Stop it. Get some help.
When but you got some cats that are in your corner though, and I think some of them are gonna show up and take your side. So we're gonna get some of that done also. Yeah, man, that's my case. Jordan's the GOAT. I'm 23. No one else can lay a claim to it.
Oh man.
Any era.
Isn't it wild? I don't even think we thought about this, but isn't it wild that, well, you said it earlier, like they both wear 23. That's all we're talking about right now.
LeBron wears Jordan's number.
That's what I'm saying. Like isn't that wild? Like
they don't both, like LeBron wears Jordan's number.
They both have 23 on their
LeBron
bag.
wears it because Jordan wore it.
That's the only reason he likes it?
Come on, man.
Even if that's true, I mean, that's
not like,
crazy.
Coincidentally, they both wear the same number. No.
Yeah.
LeBron wears Jordan's number.
And Kobe was 24. It was
yeah, second half of his career. Oh, okay. Whatever. Oh, you going to switch? You jumping on? You jumping to a new lily pad now?
You know, you made some good points. Can't wait to see what our guests have in store for us, because it's, yeah.
All right, man.
You got me at a couple points right there.
All respect to LeBron, man. LeBron is dope. Jordan's the GOAT, though.
All right, man.
What you got?
Here we go. Life hacks. These are gonna be like my top 3 for phones today, right? Thinking of some practical ones. I'm gonna give scenarios for each of these, right? So, charging your phone. A lot of people I know that have iPhones, they die quick, right? Phones in general. Hold on, let me correct myself. Phones. So
your iPhone batteries die quick. Huh? That's interesting.
Let me correct myself. Well, phones in general, right? They might die quick. You know, your battery degrades over time. The more you charge it, the more you use it, the more you charge it incorrectly. The proper charging technique would be to, you know, let your phone go all the way down to around 10%, charge it up to like around 80, 90%, use it without touching it. But obviously that's not practical. You want to use your phone as you're charging it, you know? So a life hack about charging your phone would be to turn the volume down, because volume wastes battery on your phone, right? Your Bluetooth wastes a lot of battery on your phone. So if you have low battery and you're trying to save it, turn your Wi-Fi off, turn your Bluetooth off. It's not going to help you. And when you charge your phone, you finally get to a charger and you're like, I got to lock in, I'm going to have to leave sometime soon. Turn off your low battery mode. The low battery mode, it takes some of the background apps off and doesn't use them as much, put them in the foreground or whatever have you, so that way you can conserve energy. But when you're charging, it's useless. It actually slows it down. So you want that.
It slows it down.
It slows it down.
Wow.
Low battery mode off, just regular, like, you know, let your apps work and do what they do regularly. Your phone's plugged in already, and let it charge. That's tip number 1 for phones. And the second one is that when you are either at a pool party or at the beach or whatever have you, and you forget you got your phone in your pocket, and you get it wet, you know, or maybe you were just taking a shower or a bath or something, you're listening to music and boom, it just drops right in the water, you know, whatever it may be, and you get water in your phone, any type of phone. There's YouTube videos out there that you can go and watch, you can put on, and they send a certain frequency through your phone speakers. So a lot of phones are waterproof nowadays, right?
Yeah.
But the water gets trapped in those speakers. So they get trapped in two places: the speakers and your charging port. So don't use your charging port, you know, let it dry out or whatever have you. But if you notice that your speakers and your when you know where you talk, that the speaker jack right there,
yeah, is
kind of like muffled because of the water, you can go and you can look up that video, you know, how to get water out of speakers, whatever. It's a 5-minute video. Sometimes it's even longer, and it'll send like little decibels through your speakers to kind of, you know, rattle them, and you can see the water getting like shook out pretty much. Yep, you run that through a little bit, you know, boom. Might have to give the old you know, cartridge blow or whatever.
You definitely got to do that.
You know, and you're straight. No more water. Hopefully. Yeah.
Might still be cooked.
you might still be cooked, but that's the best one. And the final life hack. All right, I don't know how you might feel about this one. I've never used it. All right, I've just seen it used. I've never used it myself personally. Okay.
Oh boy.
But the final life hack for your phone is if you're out somewhere person keeps calling you. They just keep on, whoever it is. I'm not going to judge. Maybe your mom keeps calling you, wondering where you are, right? Boyfriend or girlfriend, husband, wife, who knows? Friend.
You imagine being out and your mom just won't stop calling you.
Blow your phone up. Whoever it is, right? And you are like, maybe like you're one of those nice people who don't want to ignore their phone call, but you also don't want to answer it. You know what I mean? If you ignore the phone calls, you're just going to keep calling or whatever have you. Or, hey, why don't you answer my call? Yada, yada, right? You want a little nicer way of doing it? Hey, dire situations, right? You answer the phone call. And you immediately say, hello, blah, 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 blah. And you immediately press airplane mode.
Wow.
And it'll drop the call.
Wow.
The phone will say disconnected. And they won't think you hung up on him. They won't think, hey, he's in a bad area. He's in a bad area.
And then when they immediately try to call you back, it goes.
They must be in a bad area. And you can call them back at your convenience. Don't wait too long, people.
That's amazing.
Don't use it for those situations your parents try to call you.
Don't do that to your mom.
Yeah, don't do that to your parents. Or husbands or wives. If you just got that friend that just likes to talk a lot on the phone, you're just like, man, homie keeps calling me, right? Maybe one of these times you need it. Answer the phone and press airplane mode. And do with that what you will, Kick members.
That's hilarious. Hey, let me add on to your first one about saving battery.
Yeah.
In addition to turning off that other stuff, turn your brightness down. Your screen uses more battery than anything else.
That's a big one.
Turn your brightness down.
Yep.
People be having their brightness blasting.
1% blasting their brightness.
Yeah, like you're done. You're done before you even know it. Yeah, turn your brightness down. Most people, like, your phone does have adaptive brightness.
Yeah.
It gets brighter in sunlight and all that.
But yeah. Or like dimmer when it's like on low battery.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Turn the brightness all the way down. Life hack, and this is real simple, and I hope everybody's already doing this. Please, y'all, please. When you're drinking a beverage that comes in a can, don't just open the can and start drinking the beverage. Please, for your sake, for my sake, for everybody's sake. Like, this is how pandemics start. You know, like, watch the end of Contagion and understand like how serious this can be. Don't just start drinking from the can. The best thing to do is to go to the sink and wash the top of the can.
Oh, 100%.
Soap and water.
Yeah.
And then dry it off. Short of that, please just use something to wipe off the top of the can. Napkin, paper towel, your shirt, something.
Especially when you buy it singular, right? When you buy it like a can singular.
Oh man,
7-Eleven or like a liquor store or whatever, like
or like the 6-pack in the loose, the little plastic thing because the tops were out.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to do this. I wouldn't recommend it. But if you go on YouTube and look at like testing for those soda top cans and nasty stuff.
No way.
Nasty stuff, man.
I've had a few bad can tops in my day.
Just visually.
Yeah, like, like,
right.
I know this liquor store didn't look the best, but like this, why does this beer can have this on there? Like, what?
That's just the stuff you can see.
Exactly.
Please clean the tops of your cans. And really the best thing to do is not even to drink from the can. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, just get a bottle.
At the beach, you're at the park, whatever.
Yeah.
Is, get a cup and pour it. That's probably the best thing. But if you have to, or if you just want to, And another thing, I guess is a kind of a bonus life hack. If you're running into the convenience store, whatever, and you're getting a drink, now I know that the bottles are bigger, the plastic bottles are bigger, but the cans are always colder. And the liquid inside the can, it's in the same cooler, liquid inside the can is always colder. So if you really want it cold and refreshing, go ahead and get the tall can, the 16-ounce can if you have it. Oh, yeah, if you want it cold, get the can. But if you get a can, make sure you clean the top of that can. Please, y'all, please. Please. looking out for y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want 6 subscribers, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll take 6 subscribers.
Yeah, they watch more videos, huh?
I was just saying I'll take any subscribers, but yeah, they're homebound.
Yeah, there you go. They can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna reverse that. Don't wipe the top of your kids. Catch a little
That's
flu.
wild.
Take one for the team. Stay home. Watch the kick.
Wipe your cans, but then give me some credit for it. That's what we'll do.
Yeah,
that's life hacks, man.
That's life hacks.
Great advice. Hurts my feelings every time.
Yeah.
All right. So if you were fully in LeBron GOAT territory.
Okay.
I don't think you were like a 10, but you were like a strong 8.
Yeah. I was strong 8. Yeah, for sure.
Have I moved you back? Have moved you down to like a 5, a 4?
5. That's a big jump right there. You know what? I'll give 6.5 territory.
Okay. All right, I moved you a little bit.
Yeah, maybe 7. 6.75. Don't get percentages much when we talk about that.
More than a point. I moved you more than a point.
Yeah. Cool. You built me up more than a point. You helped me to remember, some key elements. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I don't know, man. Still leaning heavy on LeBron.
We'll get you there. I asked ChatGPT.
Oh no!
To write a haiku regarding Jordan being the GOAT.
A haiku.
And you know what? And the first 2 words of this haiku is it just adds to the cultural legacy. The first 2 words are Air Jordan.
Oh my word!
Come on, man. I know you got King James, but that's not even original. That's from the dude, the king who prepared the Bible.
King James.
He's not even the first notable King James.
Air Jordan. That's his logo, Donkey. You think he's the best dunker of all time?
His logo is flying.
Oh, Superman.
They made documentaries
Superman
about
was
this man.
Else's nickname, huh?
They never called him Superman. They made documentaries about this man.
About this joke.
Michael Jordan's playground. Come fly with me. Michael Jordan hang time. Like hype shows.
That's
about
crazy.
him. Come on, bro. All right.
Hype is the correct word.
Mm-hmm. So ChatGPT came up with the haiku. Air Jordan takes flight. 6 rings shine like morning stars. Greatest of all time.
Oh my God.
There we go.
Yo, ChatGPT.
There we go. All right, that's it for the Jordan episode of the GOAT debate.
Yeah, part 2.
Yeah, had to learn these youngins. There'll be more to come. More NBA talk too. The playoffs are getting ready to start, so we got some NBA stuff to go over.
NFL draft's coming up.
The draft is next week, bro.
Right. Yeah.
NFL draft is next week.
Figure out what we're doing with our fantasy teams.
Yeah, this has been The Kick with your boy
Seth,
your boy Fred. Catch y'all next time.
Peace.
Bye.
One day we'll have a conspiracy episode.
Oh man.
Just docked in the.
Let me know how it goes.
In the unlisted.
Let me know how it goes.
The side of the bowl. That should be nicknamed at some point.
Yeah, what's it actually called?
Side bowl.
There's got to be a name.
Method.
Come on, there's a name for it somewhere.
Side bowl method.
Side bowl method. Be careful.
Yeah, I'm not googling it.
So yeah, I just got up and I went and sat in
on the steps.
Yeah.
That's why.
I had to get away from the kid.
That's wild. Some place that it's been popping up all over the feed. But supposedly, if you're there in that water, you're closer to astronauts in space than you are to land. Something crazy like that.
What?
Point Nemo.
I don't need to go to Point Nemo. I don't even know nothing about it, but just telling me that, it's like, nah, I'm not supposed to be there.
Yo, if we get 100,000 likes on this one video, we're going to Point Nemo to film the next podcast.
To film the okay.
Let's fly, said the flea. Let's flee, said the fly. So they flew to the man on the moon. I'm locked in.
You record?
Yeah.
All that's making it.
Please don't.